From Fox 5 News, this is The Noon.
Coming up, a place where food meets music meets wine. Next at noon, the founder of City Winery will be here to talk about his new book and mixing the cultural with the culinary. Well, one of the most defining characteristics of New York City is this awesome intersection of food and culture. The best of all of it is right here in town. And right now I'm joined by a man whose mission with his company is to pair the culinary experience with the cultural experience. Michael Dorf is the founder of City Winery, and today's out with a new book, Indulge Your Senses, Scaling Intimacy in a Digital World. Michael, thanks so much for being here.
I brought you a copy.
Oh, awesome. We should display this proudly here. So what's the latest with City Winery? You were on Varick Street, but you're temporarily closed, right? You're moving to a new spot on the Upper West Side.
Right. We were there for 11 years, and we'll be opening in February on 15th and the West Side Highway in Hudson River Park, Pier 57.
Right on the water.
Right on the water, right. It's in this great spot next to Chelsea Market and the High Line. It's a great spot.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. So how do you describe City Winery? It's kind of a mix of everything. Yeah. There's food, there's drink, there's music, there's sometimes poetry. What's the experience? What do you try to do with it?
We are a mashup of an urban winery, the only one in Manhattan, a great intimate concert space, and then a full restaurant, private dining, etc. We do weddings, bar mitzvahs, but at our core we put on concerts whenever we're not doing a private party.
And that's your story, right? You've kind of you've been in this industry for a long time. Back in the 80s, you wanted to be a record mogul, but you almost gave it up.
I did. I tried to get into the music business in '86 in New York, and it was very challenging. And then I was able to start the Knitting Factory, which luckily blossomed into a very relevant music venue downtown. In 2003, I got out of that. I made a barrel of wine. I sort of drank the Kool-Aid and came up with the City Winery concept.
So what's the lesson you've taken away from your career path? Almost getting out and moving home 30-plus years ago to now a multi-million-dollar company, writing a book, talking about it?
It's very lucky to love what you do. I mean, if you like what you do, you're willing to, pay the dues. I slept on a futon underneath my desk on Houston Street for over a year, went to a local gym to shower in the morning. I paid my dues, and with that tenacity, hopefully the concept will continue. The book has a lot of stories in it, but then some relevant business lessons around
the lessons you've learned along the way.
And trust me, we've learned a lot of lessons. I've made a lot of mistakes. Even the 11 years of City Winery on Varick Street, one of the great things of the new location is all of these things that we figured out. Placement of the kitchen, how to do sound isolation between different rooms, etc. All gets to basically manifest in a new place.
That's great. I got it. Is it hard having a winery in the middle of a metropolitan city? I got to imagine there's some unique challenges.
Well, it isn't simple. Traditionally wineries were right next to the vineyard, and what we did is we said, look, a winery doesn't necessarily need to be right in the country. It could be in the location that people are drinking. So we have about 35 vineyards, mostly in California, Argentina, Washington, a little bit in the Finger Lakes in New York. We ship the grapes to the city where we actually are making the wine, and this is where people are drinking it. One of the advantages is we don't have to bottle most of our wine. From the day it's finished in barrel, it goes into stainless steel kegs, and we can put it right on tap. And so it's environmentally very friendly that way.
That's great. Well, Michael Dorf, looking forward to the new location of City Winery, and congrats on the book. It's out today. Indulge Your Senses, Scaling Intimacy in a Digital World. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.